Hello, Brett. It is Wednesday. I am not as early as you, like putting it out on a Monday. However, here we are. And I appreciate the introduction. I appreciate you telling people what we're doing, letting them know some of my key flaws, That was a great bit there. But you did leave out one flaw, and it is probably the biggest one for this video, which is indecisiveness. I had no clue what I wanted to talk about. There's a lot of things that came to mind. I could do my favorite sports player, or just some athlete that has some fun, interesting stats. I could do things that I just find interesting, find cool. Yeah, Monty, I know this is a microphone, buddy. I don't know. Endless possibilities out there. Well, I finally came to a decision, and that decision is to tell a few memories that I have. And it's not going to be great stories necessarily for the viewers, but just some memories that I want to remember, and I'll tell you a little more at the end of why I decided to do this. But let's jump into it. The first memory that I want to talk to you about here is going to Rangers games with Granddad and Grannan. A few specifically would be going to I don't remember who we played, but I do remember that we played Pinecone football outside while we were waiting to go in. And, Granddad was 6'4" and an old man, so he couldn't move very well, but he was out there playing with us, and it was a good time. It was very memorable. I'm sure you have some fond memories of that. And then the other game I want to talk about is we went to a game Friday night, and it went, I think, 18 innings. And on Friday nights, they're supposed to shoot off fireworks at the end of the game. And obviously, this game ends at like 2 a.m. and 2 a.m., maybe 3 a.m. And they say, due to the time, we will not be shooting off fireworks. And Granddad was so mad because we were there for 18 innings, and the Rangers lost, and we don't get our fireworks. And honestly, the rest of us probably ready to go to bed. I mean, fireworks would have been great, but I was probably junior high at the oldest, probably elementary at that time. So 2 a.m., pretty late for me. But yeah, so I just remember that, and he was so mad, and it was just funny. It was a good memory. Another thing I want to talk about is going to Grandpa and Grandma's house. Whenever we would go there, and we'd be there with all of our cousins. There was 9 of us boys, and we would just play football. We would wrestle. We would, just whatever. But specifically, I am thinking of every time that we break something. We're doing all these things. We're going to break stuff. And Grandpa, being the handyman that he is, he's going to fix them. But the moment that we break stuff, we would just be so scared. Like, oh no, Grandpa's going to get us now. And at the end of the day, he really didn't do anything to us, just got a little upset. And, him just, oh, you done it again. And, and the next time we come back, whatever we broke was fixed. And unless it was the basement doors, because he knew we're just going to keep on breaking those. But, fixing stuff, building stuff, that was what he loved to do. And so at the end of the day, he was probably annoyed, but not too mad, because he got to go do that and do what he's best at, And, so those memories are fond memories. And then the last memory I'm going to bring up is whenever we lived in Canton, and you and Gabe, I was probably in junior high. I don't know what grade y'all were in, but y'all were fairly old, getting close to graduating high school, and y'all took me to Whataburger. Very insignificant, but it was like midnight, something late. I'm not supposed to be out at that time, but y'all took me to Whataburger, and that was probably for me the first time that I felt like we were friends. You talked, bless you, Monty. You talked about it at my wedding, about when it was for you, and I think that is when it was for me, and so that's pretty cool. And then on top of it, it was the first time I ever had a honey butter chicken biscuit, so I don't know which one makes it more memorable, but both great things. Anyways, the reason I wanted to talk about some memories today is we had Jeff McMillan speak at Chapel today, and something that he talked about was history. And he was talking about how history is what connects us to people, places, things. It just connects us. And whenever you think of these great memories that we have, or the history that we have with something, it gives you a feeling in your chest that really it's unmatched to pretty much anything else. It gives you that warm feeling, and it's a good thing to remember. And these are just a few things that I want to remember when I get older. And with Grandpa getting cancer, there's just been a lot on my mind, and these are some good memories that I want to think of and remember. And that's kind of why I did it. So I appreciate you giving me a place to talk about it. I hope that this brings some good memories to you. And for those who watched, if you watched all 6 minutes of this, or however long it ends up being, I appreciate it. And I hope that you think of some of those memories for yourself and what they are. And I hope it can bring some good feelings to you. But yeah, just memories are important, and I would like to remember these someday. So anyways, have a good one, and I'll talk to you next week. See ya.